on to the second, natural language generation task, which is also a business use case, right? Which is, writing, a product description. So if you want to write a product description about some product, we can take a help of that. Okay, and the reason being, we have access to large amount of the training is based upon large amount of data, so they really mimic the overall language process very, very well, and they do a very good job in creating text which could be relevant for the specific activity. So at this point of time, what I'm asking as the task for natural language generation is I'm asking ChatGPT to generate product description. So write a product description for a Slinky that can help in increasing the sales of Slinky, right? So you might be a business who manufactures Slinky and you might want to increase the sales of it, and that's the objective. So how do you use ChatGPT to write a product description for Slinky that can help in the sales and promotion of your Slinky product is what we are asking ChatGPT to do here. So here, now you can see that ChatGPT is writing essentially a product description with a title and a specific set of attributes, and that you can use as a starting material for writing about Slinky. I will go through one of the paragraphs as an output. For example, one of the paragraph here is the ultimate Slinky is not just a toy, it's a gateway to imagination, wonder, and boundless possibilities. Join the countless individuals who have already fallen in love with the timeless classic, and let the ultimate Slinky bring a touch of enchantment into your life, right? It's a decent amount, it's a decent description of, at least with respect to the scope of the task in terms of generation. And this has been generated in a few seconds, right? So you can use ChatGPT for generating product descriptions, sales materials, and so forth and so on, which is also a use case that you can take, right? So let's move on to the next natural language generation task, which are basically legal document generation, right? So if you want to generate some legal document or a basic document from using ChatGPT, and again, I want to start with a caveat that you should not use that as is. You should consult a legal attorney and so forth and so on before formalizing. But this could be used as a starting point to generate document, which then we can consult with attorneys to refine and move forward, right? So let me give you this use case. And so in this use case, I'm essentially asking ChatGPT to create a legal memorandum of understanding, or MOU, for a partnership between two companies, okay, in which one company, or the party one, provides soft skills training, okay, so that's the training services that they provide, and the second party provides marketing and sales services, and they want to create a memorandum of understanding, or MOU document, and I'm asking basically ChatGPT to create this document for us. And you can see that ChatGPT is giving is now basically using that specific set of data set which is focused on legal document, and using that it is creating a memorandum of understanding, or MOU document, which is very similar to what you will see in many legal documents that are out there, right? So it has stopped here, but we can press continue generating, and it can generate all the remaining things that is out there. So sometimes it gives you both the options, stop generating or continuing generating. And based upon the inputs that we have provided, that you can see that it's essentially wrote a whole legal document. And the format and other things, if you look into actual legal documents, the formats are going to be very, very similar to what is out there. Okay, so there are different clauses, different sub-clauses for each of the main clauses is also generated by the ChatGPT. So here is again, this main task, high-level task, is natural language generation task, and one of the subtasks in that domain is legal document generation. And what we saw right now is essentially a use case where the ChatGPT was able to generate a MOU document, which is basically focused on understanding between two different companies for different purposes. Okay, now I want to also talk about another task, which is, let's say, poetry composition, which is also a natural language learning. Right? As a people generate poetry and so forth and so on, and it turns out that ChatGPT could be used to generate songs, poetry, articles, and so forth and so on. Right. So what I'm doing is right now I will be basically doing a prompt, right, where I will be asking, ChatGPT to write a humorous poem about failure of Indian cricket team in ICC tournament recently, and that too in Hindi, right? So one of the amazing things that you will see is that ChatGPT is multilingual. It can do language translation. It can write in English. It can write in Hindi. It can write in many different languages that are out there, right? So let's give this task. And again, I want to emphasize that this task still falls under the umbrella of natural language generation. And the focus here is writing a poetry in Hindi language, which is a different language than English. Even though I provided a prompt in English, it will understand that, and it essentially will generate a poem in Hindi, right? So you can see it's already writing a Hashya Kavita, which means, a humorous poem about the loss of, Indian cricket team. And it is generating text in Hindi. And if you read, right, cricket ke मैदान पे पार वहाँ बल्लेबाज नाचते हैं चार पार, right? So it's generating a very decent quality text that is in completely different language, and it's a poem. And if you read through this poem, what you will feel that the tone will definitely be humorous. And if somebody was originally writing this kind of text, right, you will consider them to be a sort of a humorous poem writer. Right? So this is another task that you can do using ChatGPT, which falls under natural language generation.